Hey there, everyone. This is Leo from Leo J Gym, and you can once again follow me over at my social at Leo J Gym on Instagram and Threads. And no, I don't use Twitter because that's a hellscape. Well, what I just kind of wanted to talk about is I'm going to be going on a weight cut, and the reason is because, well, in New Jersey, where I live, we're going to be having the first ever Strongman Corps New Jersey Strongest contest that's happening sometime in April of next year. So I got like half a year time to do that. Currently, I am weighing it at 220 pounds, where I normally have been competing in the United States Strongman Corporation for the last 3.5 years, but I have competed once last year for Strongman Corps for a contest that was called Beer Muscles over in Pennsylvania. I did manage to finish cutting down to under 200 just to compete over at that one, and that was a very fun experience. But in order to compete over at New Jersey Strongest, my options are either to bulk up or cut down. And when I started looking at like the weights of the contest, I can either gain 10 pounds and get thicker and all that, or I can cut and get leaned out, and that would be kind of cool too. But one of the main issues that I had when I was cutting for Beer Muscles last year was that I did it a bit too fast. Like I was losing weight at almost 2 pounds a week, and it was starting to mentally and physically drain me. And by the time that I actually started competing at the contest, my numbers were shot. So I figured that if I have at least half a year of time ahead of me before my next contest, that gives me way more than enough time to slowly lose the weight and not just drastically do a weight cut and then lose out all my strength. And honestly, it was affecting me mentally at some point too, because that's just a lot of weight to lose very quickly, and I don't want to have to do something like that again. So going to make the decision to start cutting weight at about 1 pound a week from now until then, or at least until I'm at the weight class that I want to be. And that weight class is going to be the 90 kilo weight class, or 198 pounds in burger units. So it's currently just going to be about 22-pound difference from where I am right now. But I also kind of want to use this as an excuse to see what kind of physique I'll manage to pursue between now and then. So what I kind of want to do is just go over a small physique video that I put together just to kind of show what I look like currently at 220 pounds. And then I want to fast forward at some point when I finish the weight cut, getting down over to 198, maybe even 195 pounds, and see what I look like over then. Because I haven't seen my abs in forever, not since I did marathon running. Not that I think I will at that weight, but I just didn't think it's going to be kind of cool to see what kind of a difference it is when I go from a thick boy 220 to a more modest 195. So let's go ahead and look at that footage over there and just kind of give myself a nice 360 and just kind of critique my own physique from that point. Let's jump over into my home gym, and we have me, this hunk of man that we got over in front of me. First, let me just go ahead and take off my shirt and show that here's me at 5'10", 210 pounds. I'm not really sure what my body fat percentage is, but I'm going to guess it's somewhere probably in the 20s. And once again, when it comes to physique, that's not important within the sport of strongman or powerlifting. It's all about performance. So I'm really just posing around just to have a giggle at this point. But we do see that there is a good bit of muscle, especially around my thighs, around my shoulder areas, a bit within my arms as well, not so much within the chest or the abdomen area. If we take a look over at the back area too, with the worst lat spread of all time, and we'll just do a nice double back bicep going over here. We do see a little bit of arm definition and shoulder definition over there, and we'll hit the weakest side chest imaginable. Once again, I'm just doing this for a laugh, but it does kind of give us a good idea as to where I'm at 220 pounds, once again 5'10", and we'll just end it with a nice most muscular pose that's on there. Now, something I can't forget to mention in this process is also my diet and the macros I'm going to be aiming for. If I just manage to lower this clip over here, I'm kind of aiming to have somewhere around 2,000 calories consumed a day and around 200 grams of protein. I'm not going to be super strict about it because I'm not a bodybuilder or anything like that. I still need to keep my strength, but I kind of just aim for around that area. It gives me still enough time to get my snacks in if I want to, have a candy bar once in a while or anything like that. But generally, this is kind of the spread that I'm going for throughout the day. Like, I'll start off with my nice protein shake that I have, 2 scoops of protein that are in there, a scoop of creatine, get my morning vitamins at that point. I normally just snack on fruits these days, so I'm just having apples over here, bananas here, and then I mean, what's really going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting over here? Chicken. Oh my God, do we ever buy a lot of chicken? Most of the time, I'm eating about 200 grams of chicken per meal. So that's going to be my lunch chicken and my dinner chicken. You can generally argue that maybe you want to split that up into two different meals, or even snacks throughout the day. But I don't find that too, that big of a deal. But yeah, even on this day, like if I even had like a candy bar as an example, I had like a Heath bar that day, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what? It's still within my calories. These are the kind of things that you need to do to make sure that you're mentally not going to be so strict that you're only going to be eating chicken, broccoli, and rice. I can't do that. I'm not mentally sound enough to do such a thing, and I know that. So I'm making sure that I'm having a super high protein breakfast with very low calories with that protein shake, and it gives me a lot of leeway into what I'm having for the rest of my day. As for my training for the weight cut, since I'm also actively competing in the sport of strongman, heck, I have a contest happening 2 months from this recording, my training's not really going to change too much for that. I'm still going to be training 5 days a week. I have essentially 3 upper body days, an event day, and a lower body day, where my lower body day is my deadlift and squatting on the same day. I'm going to be posting some workout and training updates throughout the next couple of months as well, as I'm leading over towards the next contest that I'm doing. But since I'm going to be signing up for New Jersey Strongest, I'll be going over all the events on that in another video. I am going to be doing a test truck pull starting next week. So look forward to that video that I'm going to be putting together as well. I've never done a truck pull beforehand. I've done an arm over arm pull once beforehand, and that didn't go too well for me during that contest, but I've never done one where I'm on a harness and pulling onto a rope. We're going to be pulling fire trucks that day, and I cannot wait to try pulling something so big. So going to be doing that next week, actually, just to try it out, put the harness on, and just feel what it feels like to attempt to pull a fire truck. So I'll have that video up within a couple of weeks. But if you guys have any criticisms, questions, or just want to follow along with the workout process, along with the dietary changes and whatever I'm making between now and then, go ahead and hit a subscribe down over at the bottom below. Not to mention, also go ahead and follow me on my socials once again at LeoJGym, where I'll be continuing to post daily workout updates that I'm posting over onto those channels, along with some minor critiques of the fitness industry as a whole. Not to mention, I'm also going to inevitably be advertising my own personal training services that I'll be launching within the next month or so. So look forward to that as well, where I'm going to be focusing mostly on strength and conditioning training. So anybody who wants to be able to pick up a barbell and lift some heavy weight, look forward to me and hit me up on there. But until next time, this is Leo from Leo's J Gym signing out.